evening, and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News at 7. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwal, has formally announced his defection to All Progressives Congress. He made the declaration on the floor of the House after plenary. Before the announcement, the Speaker was seen consulting with principal officers of the House to desolidify his movement. And as soon as Speaker Tambuwal made the announcement, he immediately adjourned plenary to December 3rd, 2014. Tambuwal hinged his decision on his political future as APC members hailed the defection as a major coup.
Honorable colleagues, before I hit the gavel, may I say this to all of you, that pursuant to extant provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and having regards to the development in my home state, Sokoto State, I wish to hereby formally notify all of you of my membership of the All Progressive Congress. Let me register my profound appreciation to all of you, my colleagues, for the unflinching support you have continued to extend to me and the great sacrifice you are making in the pursuit of the overall national interest and development of constitutional democracy. May the Almighty God continue to guide us all in the exercise of the people's mandate entrusted in us. The House hereby stands adjourned till December 3rd.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party expects Speaker Aminu Tambuwal to resign now that he has joined the APC. This decision was taken after the PDP leadership met with the leaders of the party's caucus in the House of Representatives. PDP spokesman Olisa Metu said in a statement after the meeting that the Speaker can no longer retain his seat since his new party is in the minority. This, according to the ruling party, is because he was elected to the position of Speaker of the House of Representatives as a result of his membership of the PDP. President Goodluck Jonathan has warned Nigerians against using ethnic and religious sentiments to cause trouble during and after the 2015 elections. The president, who issued the warning at the commissioning of the new governor's office in Kaduna, recalled how political violence led to the death of scores of Nigerians after the 2011 elections. He urged ordinary Nigerians to be wary of those who may be out to use them to foment political violence. Jonathan added that development can only thrive in an atmosphere of peace while assuring people across the country of more people-oriented projects. For his part, Governor Muktar Yero described the 9 billion naira building, which was started by the then Governor Namadi Sambo, as one of the numerous accomplishments of the state's government.
Stay in your house until doctors continue observing for 31 days and people agreed. That is why we conquered Ebola. It's not because the president or the officials of the federal government or the governors or officials of state government worked hard. Indeed, they worked very hard. Governor Lagos, Governor Rivers, their ministers, commissioners of health, minister of health, and other workers worked very hard.
The Lagos Independent Electoral Commission last year has commenced the distribution of permanent voters' cards in the state. The electoral body is expected to distribute about 4.8 million permanent voter cards. The resident electoral commissioner, Adekunle Gumola, who briefed journalists in Lagos, says the exercise will capture individual database effectively. Oluwaseyi Adegoke brought back this report.
The Independent National Electoral Commission is not leaving anything to chance ahead 2015 general elections. To this end, the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission says the data portfolios of all qualified persons will be captured correctly as required by the regulation guiding the registration.
We are going to register people at the polling unit because there will be several people that will be involved. So that is why we want to go right to their doorstep to ensure that all of them are captured. The idea behind this is that INEC wants to give everybody the opportunity of getting captured on a database correctly.
The state resident electoral commissioner also shed light on the recent addition of more polling units by INEC across the country, which has become a subject of controversy in many quarters.
The idea behind it is to ensure that people are not too distant from the polling units. The ideal thing is for us to make it a maximum of 1 kilometer in urban centers and 2 kilometers in rural areas. But now it is possible even within Lagos to have a distance of 15 kilometers.
The commission is by this development calling on the people of the state to cooperate with its officials in the course of the exercise in order to ensure a crisis-free process ahead the 2015 general elections. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
France and Germany have called on the Independent National Electoral Commission to defend Nigeria's honor by presiding over credible elections in 2015. The French Minister of Foreign Affairs, Laurent Fabius, gave the advice when he and his German counterpart, Frank Seymer, led a delegation on a courtesy visit on INEC chairman Atahiru Jega in Abuja. They pledged financial support from the European Union for the process and sought assurances from INEC that the current security challenge would not hamper elections in affected states. Responding, INEC chairman said the commission is working closely with security agencies and expressed hope that before the 2015 general elections, tremendous success would have been achieved to ensure that the exercise is peaceful and credible throughout the country. The People's Democratic Party in Lagos says all is set ahead the 2015 general elections, particularly the governorship poll in the state. Oluwaseyi Adegoke witnessed a flurry of activities at the party secretariat in Lagos and brought back this report.
The race for the Lagos State Government House come 2015 is increasing by the day across party lines. The People's Democratic Party says it is ready for the election at all levels.
I'm not surprised. A lot of quality, well-educated people who can make things happen in politics have chosen to join PDP. In the same vein, the aspirants are quality aspirants from House of Assembly to that of the House of Representatives to the Senate, and of course the governorship. There is a power tussle, and we are happy it's like that.
Nearly all the constituency, federal constituency, all the state assembly constituency too, people have been coming from different parts of the states. Although we still have some few local government that nobody has showed up, but most of the local government, a lot of people have really turned up and purchased our forms.
One of the party's aspirants for the House of Representatives, Shodunke Oludoto, who came for his nomination form at the PDP Secretariat, speaks on the preparation.
We are sensitizing our people on the importance of having a change this year, especially in Lagos. You know, we through the People's Democratic Party, a party that offers quality, we are going to offer a quality governance in Lagos, as it were, and very transparent one. And the sensitization is just everywhere.
PDP have prepared well for 2015 election. We are prepared well. We have a lot of plans for the Lagos, and also about the primary. You know, PDP is a democratic party in which we give all aspirants playing level ground for everybody to participate in the primary. And inshallah, by God's grace, anybody we present shall win the government in 2015 by God's grace.
The party says positive change is the key point on the PDP's agenda for the 2015 general elections. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
A coalition of youth groups from Nasarawa State on Monday picked the PDP nomination form for former Information Minister Labaran Maku to seek the party's ticket for next year's election. The groups were led by the leadership of the state chapter of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, who claimed the youths mobilized funds to buy the form. They also insisted that Maku has the backing of all youth groups in the state.
Having endorsed him in Lafia some months ago, we have come together and agreed that we must source for funds to come and pick the form for him in Abuja here, so that we will make sure that he wins the election come 2015 general election for next year general election. So we will do our best and keep on campaigning for him, door-to-door campaign, as long as media campaign too, because it is well known that he is the most credible candidate in the entire state. We've gone and did a thorough research among all the contestants. And what we see is that Labaran Maku, being a politician right from the university level, he has done a wonderful work, a credible work. He has been a union leader. He has been a commissioner in the state. He has become a deputy governor. Now he has just resigned as a minister of information. And we have seen that in all these offices he has held, he has done the most credible work in which nobody in the state will do it ever. And we are sure that if he comes as the governor of the state, he will do the best of the best.
It's only a few weeks after Bala Ngalari was sworn in as Adamawa State Governor, but there are indications that he's keen on running for the gubernatorial seat on the platform of the People's Democratic Party. This was after a group of indigenes of the state turned up at the PDP National Secretariat in Abuja to pick a nomination form on his behalf. Members of the amalgamation of non-partisan group insisted that it is the wish of the people for Governor Ngalari to contest in 2015. The report.
This is the first time in the political history of Adamawa State that a group will pick a party nomination form for any aspirant. But members of the group who described themselves as non-partisan say they are keen on making sure that Governor Ngalari contests for the governorship seat in 2015, which is why they say they mobilized to come down to Abuja to obtain PDP's governorship nomination form on his behalf.
I don't know for how long, but we promise you that James Ngalari will give the appropriate leadership and Adamawa will be won landslide.
The leadership of the group said at a press briefing shortly after collecting the form that they are not in support of the zoning formula currently making the rounds in Adamawa State.
Everybody in Adamawa knew Bala was from the northern zone. Nobody said anything for the past 8 years. During the time of impeachment, there were things that took place that necessitated Bala to leave office. But Providence has made it now that he is the governor. And he has been deputy governor for 8 years. There's no reason why this man should not be given the opportunity to rule this state.
They acknowledged that the newly installed governor had been given the option to contest for the senatorial seat and not the governorship. But this pro-Ngalari group say they will compel him to seek the PDP's governorship ticket.
It was being speculated, and he did carry a senatorial form. But we, as the people of Adamawa State, as can be seen by this representation, have decided that it is the governorship position that Bala should go for.
We are here having been convinced that the governor has the right to contest the gubernatorial election, and nobody should set standards or otherwise.
They say over 12 groups contributed the money used in obtaining the nomination form for Bala Ngalari, but there is still no independent confirmation of the governor's interest in the 2015 elections. And now that it's only a few weeks to the party primaries, it remains to be seen how the party leaders will respond to the clamor by this group for Ngalari to seek to extend his stay in the Adamawa State House. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
Following the suspension of Gombe local government area based on an audit report of gross financial misappropriation, 2 councillors of the council have dissociated themselves from the activities of the embattled chairman, Rufai Umar. The councillors who addressed journalists in Yola say the chairman acted alone.
Rufai Umar was running the local government as a one-man show. He single-handedly manipulated the administration of the council. We are here at the government house, Yola, to show our solidarity to Governor Bala James Glary. We are not part of the atrocity of the suspended chairman, Alhaji Rufai Umar. We will work for Bala James Glary for the success of his administration. Thank you and God bless.
It's the Core TV News at 7. We'll take a break now and we'll be back with more reports. Stay with us.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce someone special here tonight whose understanding, knowledge, and support has truly made our juice company prosper.
I wonder what goes into making this.
You'd be amazed. It often starts from the farm, where fresh fruits are grown and carefully sorted, and straight on to the factory, where they are pressed, processed, and packaged. Then off they go again, this time to large distributors like you, and retail shops, where people buy and pay with ease.
You seem to know quite a lot about this. You work for the juice company then?
I suppose I do.
Please join me in welcoming our business banking service partner, Stanbic IBTC Bank, to partnerships that move us forward. Stanbic IBTC Bank, moving forward.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Thank you for being there. The recent ceasefire deal notwithstanding, reactions have been trailing the recent activities of the deadly Boko Haram sect and the unyielding effort of the federal government to tackle insurgency in the country. Speaking on the state of the nation on the sidelines of a policy retreat by the Atiku campaign organization in Abeokuta, its Director General Babalola Aborishade says it's a major worry that the government has not been able to tackle the state of insecurity in Nigeria in spite of successes by the nation's armed forces at bringing peace to other countries, especially in the West African sub-region.
Our progress, peacekeeping capacity. We've maintained peace everywhere in the world, in Afghanistan, in South Africa, in Liberia, in Sierra Leone. But here we are in Nigeria today, we have been subdued by a ragtag of army called the Boko Haram. And we can't even negotiate properly with them. So the situation is to feel that we are all being subdued on all fronts.
He says government must change its current habit of making laws and not abiding by it if the nation must move forward.
And you cannot understand except to create jobs for the boys. Those laws have to be looked at, they have to be streamlined so that we know that there is a process. Once a process is defined and a system is defined and the laws recognize it, and it is not taking everybody as if all is a criminal before you even commit the crime, then we can begin to see how to know who really the criminals are.
The Nigeria Labour Congress has mandated its leadership to meet with the Senate and House of Representatives with a view to clarifying their stance on the removal of wages and labour issues from the exclusive legislative list. This was one of the decisions reached at a National Executive Council meeting in Abuja. Organized Labour also vowed to fight any attempt by political office holders to trample on the rights of the Nigerian workers.
This spite of denials by some officers of the National Assembly to the contrary, NEC directed its members to commence immediate mobilization of members, including visiting their respective representatives in the state houses of assembly and the National Assembly to demand their input in maintaining the status quo of labor on the exclusive list. The NEC in session mandated the leadership of Congress to meet with the leadership of the Senate to ascertain the veracity of, or otherwise of the claim that it is leading the crusade for the deregulation of wages in the country on one hand, and on the other, to meet the leadership of the House of Representatives for the assurances that it has not relinquished its honorable pledge to retain wages on the exclusive list on the other hand. The NEC warned that it will work against the interests of any seeker of political office who chooses to trample on the rights of Nigerian workers.
And outside Nigeria, South African prosecutors say they are going to appeal against the conviction and sentence given to athlete Oscar Pistorius for killing his girlfriend. Last week, Pistorius began serving a 5-year prison sentence for the culpable homicide of River Steenkamp, although it could be out in 10 months. The double amputee Olympic sprinter was cleared of murder. The appeal on conviction is based on the question of law, according to the national prosecuting spokesman. Pistorius' family have said that it would not appeal. The athlete was also given a 3-year suspended sentence for firing a gun in a restaurant. The prosecutors are now preparing the necessary papers in order to be able to file within the next few days, says Nathi Mkube from the National Prosecuting Authority in a statement. And that's it on CoreTV News at 7. Join me again at 9:45 for the primetime news. Thank you for watching. I am Ebulomo Adekunle.